Money.
Well, for the new year, make April a little merrier by preparing for tax time today. The federal government estimates that 60% of individuals use paid preparers to complete and submit their tax returns. If you are one of these people, it's important that you get started right away so you have a successful tax return experience, which is a good thing for all of us. We want the IRS to be good to us, so we need to be prepared for them. So here's a list of things. Choose a preparer. If you don't have a tax CPA, licensed CPA or accountant, now's the time to find one. You can find a great source to assist you by visiting the show site at themoneyhour.com for one of my show experts in that arena. Also, if you have any friends that have gone through the process before, that might be a good way to get a recommendation as well. Be sure that the person that you choose has a preparer tax ID number or PTIN showing that he or she is authorized to prepare federal income tax returns. Also, inquire about fees, which likely will depend on the complexity of your tax returns. Now, steer clear of anyone taking a percentage of your refund. The IRS has other good tips to choose a tax preparer, including a link to the IRS directly, and you can search according to the qualifications that you're looking for. Next, go ahead and schedule your appointment. The sooner you meet with your preparer, the sooner you can begin the process. Even if you get an extension, I would discuss that, get that done ahead of time. And if you wait too long to schedule an appointment, you may not be able to get in to see your tax preparer until April, which would be a little bit late in the process. So get in there and get that appointment scheduled. Now, gather your information by the end of January, or actually probably be on February 2nd, because the end of January is Sunday. You should have received various types of information that you need for each form. Verify that the information matches your own tax for your own returns. And here's some common forms. This is not a complete list. The IRS has information on many other types of forms that you may need. But W-2, if you're employed. Form SSA 1090, if you receive Social Security benefits. There's a variety of 1099s to report income, such as cancellation of debt, dividends, interest, non-employee compensation paid by independent contractors. Note Form 1099B, which reports gains and losses on security transactions, is not due until February 16th of 2016. Now, new Form 1095A to report information for the government marketplace for which you purchased health coverage. Varies of 1098s, reporting mortgage interest, student loan interest, and tuition payments. Form W-2Gs for certain gambling winnings, if you had any gambling winnings. Schedule K-1s for entities in which you have ownership, interest, corporation partnerships, limited liabilities, companies, trust, or estates. Now, note you may not have received those yet. They come in late September 15, 2016 for the K-1s. Now, gather your receipts. Which ones do you need depends on whether you choose to itemize your personal deductions instead of claiming the standard deduction. You can choose to itemize if you produce a greater write-off. Unfortunately, the only way to know for sure is to determine the amount that you itemize deductions and compare them with your standard deduction amounts. You want to make sure that you're paying the least amount of taxes or getting the most money back that you can. So take a look at both options. Now, for itemizing, getting receipts together now by whatever system. Hopefully you've got a great system in place to help you throughout the years and the variety of deduction expenses. So look for the receipts for medical costs not covered by insurance or reimbursement by any other health plan, flexible spending account or health savings account, property taxes, job-related and investment-related expenses are just a few listed there. Now, if you have business income and expenses to report on a Schedule C, you'll need to share your books and records, so your QuickBooks or any accounting system receipts for expenses, banks, and credit card statements. The more organized that you can be, the less time it will take your preparer, which translates into lower fees for his or her services. Next, brace yourself for tax law changes. So you don't have to become a tax expert, but it helps to know about the tax rules so that you won't be caught off guard. The individual health care mandate brought into SLU a lot of changes, including new forms and claiming for the premium tax credit for eligibility individuals who purchased covered throughout the government marketplace exchange, and for figuring the shared responsibility payment for those who fail to carry coverage and do not qualify for the exemption. Now, next, you want to make a list of your personal information. So probably know your Social Security number, but you don't know the number for each dependent you claim. Jot down this information: addresses, vacation homes, rental properties, dates you moved, information about property that you bought and sold, including dates, what you originally paid, what you received on the sale, and expenses that you had need to be completed for your return. Now, just a couple other things I want to go over here. Decide whether to ask for filing an extension. So if you need more time to complete all of the tasks, you can request for filing an extension to October 15th, 2016. Now, this will avoid any late filing penalties, but be sure to pay what you think you'll owe to minimize or avoid any late payment penalties. There's no extension beyond April for the paying of the taxes that are due. Decide what to do about your refund. If you expect a refund, you have several options on what you want the government to do. Apply some or all of it to a refund tax bill on your on your return. The fund will be used for estimated taxes, reducing or eliminating the first installment of your estimated taxes. You can send your check or directly contribute some or all of your refund to certain types of accounts like your IRA, health savings account, education savings accounts, or to buy U.S. savings bonds through the Treasury Direct. So you can split your refund among the direct deposit choices by completing the form 8888. You'll want to tell your tax return preparer what you need to do, what you want to do. And if you want the refunds used for your 2015 purposes, you want to use the refund to make a deductible IRA contribution for 2015. You'll need to inform the institution about the right year in which you should apply that payment. So find a copy of your last year's tax returns. If you use the same preparer, they'll most likely have those. If not, you'll want to locate those and make sure that you're comparing things that you had from last year, maybe payers of interest and dividends. If you receive this income last year, look for 1099s for this year, unless you've sold stock, closed bank accounts, or made other investment changes to the account for getting your 1099 for this year. Also charities, if you make small gifts, you may not have received the acknowledgement from the organization, but you can still deduct your gift as long as you have the canceled check or other proof. So see last year's returns of the list of organizations that you donated to. Bottom line, just start early doing the prep work for your income tax so that you'll have a successful tax return experience. And ideally, you'll have been gathering all of this information throughout the year. And that's the Money Chat today. A little bit more because we're talking about the IRS and how to prepare for it. So I want to make sure you guys have a list there to get prepared and started early. Coming up next in the Money Hour, are you considering buying or selling a business? Frank Civili with the Cascade team right here on 1150 AM KKNW after this short break.